M0FXB. So let's set up just one talk group 9, which is a local talk group. So what that means is that your radio basically talks to your hotspot. And so you're going to rely on your radio to decide what talk group you're connected to. So let's show you the settings. Firstly, on my Pi-Star configuration. So we're on DMR. We're using Brandmeister. So we'll go to configuration. So the setting is DMR at the top here, simplex DVM host. This is a jumbo hotspot, by the way. I just put in Pi-Star here, your call sign, your DMR number, and the frequency I use is 431.550. And then the hat you select is radio modem here, STM, DVM, DVM, HS, Raspberry Pi hat, GPIO, and that will work on a jumbo hotspot and also on with a Raspberry Pi 0 or Raspberry Pi 2 or 3 or 3B. Probably more, but they're the ones I use it on. Now you do need, and then what I always select is Brandmeister 2341, and then underneath you put your hotspot security. Where do you create this? You create it by going to Self-Care Brandmeister. So go to Brandmeister Self-Care, create an account. You do need a ham license, of course, for DMR and a DMR number. So anyway, go to down here. Go to, we're looking for hotspot security, so hit settings. Hit settings, and then you'll come to this page, and you've got hotspot security here. You enter your password next to the word password, click save, and then the same password when you're in your Pi-Star settings, you put here, and then apply changes. So that's your hotspot all ready to go. Next stage is I'm doing this video for ANYTONE 878 or 868 or 878 UV2. It will all work. So go to your code plug. So open that up. Obviously a code plug, you should at this point know what you're doing with that. You need to get your ham call sign in your code plug here. And your DMR ID. Don't forget the DMR ID would have had to have gone into your Pi-Star, and that goes underneath your call sign, DMR ID. You can register for a DMR ID if you haven't got one. So back to our code plug. So now you need to create a new channel because we're going to create one talk group, and then we're going to use the radio to control any talk group you want. So double click channel, and then this is I've called this, if you look here, gone to the bottom channel, double click this channel, and then the frequency of your hotspot needs to go in. So look here, the frequency is 431.550. You need to, I call it TG9 solo. Now the name doesn't actually matter, but what really does matter is the contact number. See this bit here where it says 9 local? That is super important because 9, the number, is the local number. So click 9 if it doesn't already say 9, and go to the bottom and find it here near the bottom. So if it's a 9 number, you're going to find it in all the 9s. If it's an 8 number, in all the 8s. If it's a 7 number, in all the 7s, and so on and so on. So here it is here, 9 local. A lot of talk groups do have names as well as numbers, but the number is what matters. Like your DMR number, that really matters. So the whole DMR system works on numbers. So anyway, double click that and you'll end up with 9 local here. Select color code 1, slot 2, okay, simplex here. So click OK, and then you've created the channel, and it's the same frequency as our hotspot. If we look at our hotspot, look, same frequency in green, 431.550. So you can put that back on dashboard. Back to the code plug again. So once you've done that, you need to put this channel in a zone so that you can find it in a radio. Remember that you create a channel of 10 channels, and then you put them into the zone that to help you find them. So if you're creating, say, channels for all the repeaters in Bristol, you'd call the zone Bristol. If you're creating a zone for all your FM analog simplex channels, you would call that zone FM analog simplex, and you could create create 10 channels and put them into that zone. So always remember that. And the zones are controlled by the up and down button here and the middle circle of an ANYTONE 878. So when you go up, 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 or down, 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 you're going through different zones or groups that you have created for the different groups you want to find. When you turn the middle knob at the top, you're changing the channels that you've put in the zone. So anyway, go to zone, and I've already created a zone called TG9 Solo, and I've only, if I double click it, this is how you create it. You name it, and then you've got this list is a very long list. It will list every channel you've ever created, all zones. So the newest channel you've created will always be at the bottom of the list. Now I've just created a channel called, and when I first created it, it was here, TG9 Solo, and that channel is Talk Group 9 Local. And then I see this little arrow here, we click it across and it puts it into that zone. We click OK, and now we're going to find everything as I just described. So the next thing now is go back to PyStar. Now if I key the mic now, you will see TG9 become active. See that? TG9 is active, but we're not actually connected to anything. Now I'm just going to check you can see this clearly because it's so important. So you can. So right, let's just say we want to connect to, you can choose any talk group you want. There's long lists of talk groups. You know, if you want to find a list of talk groups, just go to Google and just put in talk group list Brandmeister, hit enter. And look, here's one straight away, and loads of talk groups come up. I'll put this in the link for you. Let's choose one at random. Let's choose TG240 Sweden. So what we do is now, watch what I do on the radio. Hit the button underneath the PTT, and this is for like a Moonraker style code plug. Now hit the hash, because that puts, because at the moment you're in private ID mode. Now you would use that if you wanted to contact someone direct, yeah, but we're going to use it in group mode. So we're going to hit the hash at the bottom right. There's a hash. We're going to hit that, and at the top here now it says group talk group ID. So let's put in that one we chose at random, which was 240, and now we're gonna key the mic, and now let's go back to the dashboard. There's the dashboard. And it'll take us now to talk group 240. Right, you've seen that on the screen. It took us to talk group 240. So now anyone on 240 will hear us, okay? Let's do a different one. So back to the list. Let's choose 235, which tends to be quite a popular one. So let's put in that. So we'll hit the button under the PTT. Hit the hash, we'll go 235, and we will key. And if you go back to the dashboard, it will show that we're now on 235. Now I could probably call out and get a contact. But what I'll do is, see what you, the other way you could do things, just quickly say, is you could go menu, select talk group list, and then you could go down all the talk groups that are in your radio. Yeah, and then you could key the mic, and that would be the same thing. You know, you will be doing the same thing, like all these TAC numbers, they seem to be very popular. So if I go to TAC 106 and I key the mic, look, we are now in TAC 106. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can either manually dial it, or you can manually go into your menu and select. If you're using a pre-built code plug from, let's say, somewhere like Moonraker or Martin Lynch, you'll have the same effect here. So let's just select one that I know that is always busy. Actually, we've got someone keying there. We might be on the wrong color code to hear that person. So anyway, someone's chatting away there on 235. So let's, I'll just quickly put in 91. So I know that's always busy. Key the mic. Right, 91, and probably going to hear some activity because they're nearly always busy, Talk Group 91. No one's chatting away at the moment, so that's fine. So anyway, that's a tutorial on adding one code plug to your radio and then programming it manually, but programming buttons manually, talk groups manually. If you're lucky enough and you've got a big long list in there, you can use that as well. So hope this helps. 7-3 and all the best.